Alrighty guys, Old Firm Derby tomorrow in the Scottish Cup, and to celebrate it we're bringing you an extra Old Firm video here on the Fog Football channel. We're doing a tier list that we've seen inspired by Ryan118. Good guy, go and follow him, go subscribe.
Did he make it?
One of the best Scottish YouTubers out there, definitely better than CJ Novo. I'll say that right now, but who isn't? The Scottish Spencer really isn't that great, but yeah, he might have about 60,000 more subs than me, but I mean, who cares? Anyway, let's do this tier list. It is ranking the best
Old Firm player since 2007.
So essentially, what,
But
14 years?
It is better just saying it's 15 years though, isn't it?
Yeah, 15 years sounds better, doesn't it? 14 years sounds shit. We've got 15 players from each Old Firm club, Rangers and Celtic. There is 5 categories. The categories are top 3, quality 7, good 7, not bottom tier 7, and the worst of a good bunch is 6. So basically, even if you're going in the worst category here, you're still a decent player. You know, I'd say everybody. There's no bad players on this list. I wouldn't go as far as saying they're all great players, but I wouldn't say there's any bad players in this list. Anyone on this list would probably still get into the Rangers or Celtic team today. So well, maybe part of Scott Brown because he's done. But anyway, let's go. Let's do this.
Let's go. We're going to go from left to right. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Yes.
Yep. Obviously, we can't really predict what's going to happen by the time we get to the end. So players maybe get moved up or down, just depending on how we feel and. When we get to the latter stage, and we realise we've only got maybe one spot left, and we might need to move a player. So once you go into a category, you're by no means fixed in that category. But anyway, let's start off. Enough of the bullshit. We're going to kick off with Scotty Sinclair.
This guy obviously, I think overrated. But where's he going? That's the thing. I think he's overrated because he was a part of that Celtic team. Trebles. I mean, Invincibles.
I think
stats through the roof, yes, but you've got. I mean, they were beating every team. They were beating Rangers 6-0 every fucking game. You know, I think the stats.
Does that not go for him though? No, because when he was part of the team, they were so dominant.
It was, but I think that's by far Celtic's best team
that they've had in the last 15 years, 14 years. Yeah.
And I'd argue it's probably when the league's at its weakest.
Yeah, but is it not? Could it not be part? Is it not partly the reason it's been their best team is because he was part of it, and he was so phenomenal that season?
You could argue that, but when I think of that team, I think of your Tierney, your Dembele,
right,
your Stuart Armstrong.
I would say I'm
this guy's definitely up there.
I might put him in quality for now.
Okay.
I don't think he's definitely not going to move up the top 3. He could maybe move down, but I'd say for now I'd put him there. So.
Yeah, but I think he only had 1 or 2 good seasons, and he kind of just dropped in he plays for Preston North End now.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. It's not quite Celtic Football Club. But
yeah, that's the bottom line. Next up, though, we have got Alan Hutton.
You speak about overrated. I think this guy was massively overrated.
Best right back in Britain. Right, let's just. Tav fucking smokes this guy. Remember that tackle when he was playing for Scotland? And he did the tackle or someone tackled him and he just fell? Remember?
No, but I don't remember him ever having any standout games for Scotland. I mean, if you compare him with a certain left back that's on this tier list, it's fucking night and day. I mean, I don't remember one great Alan Hutton moment for Scotland. I just don't remember it. And if you want to talk about someone that maybe only had a couple of good seasons, what did this guy really do in England?
I know.
Because I don't recall him doing much. Went to Tottenham.
How is this guy the record transfer fee Rangers have ever received?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. You know, I mean, I think he was a decent player, but I mean, I honestly don't believe
he's worst of a good bunch. Or was that too harsh?
I would probably put him in not bottom tier, but. I mean, Rangers fans will go on about how he's this amazing right back. I just personally don't see it. So
I never rated him. That's the bottom line. Next up, we have got
Aidan McGeady, another player I think was massively overrated.
Yes. All right, albeit yes, he came up with the McGeady spins over. I'll accept that.
Yeah, the McGeady skin. Everyone knows it, right? And it must be a cool thing to have a spin named after you. But I don't think this guy was.
He reminds me of Sinclair with the goals and assists.
Yeah, I mean, he went to Spartak Moscow and people were on about he had a great career. Did he really? He went to Spartak Moscow and did what? What did he do?
Look where he is right now. League One Sunderland.
What did he ever do at an international level? But let's be honest, he's been at Sunderland for a while now and he's been done for a while. And it's not as if he's 40. The guy's careers just fell apart.
Yep.
I mean, he was good for Celtic, but I mean, when he moved to, let's be honest, look at who he moved to, Spartak Moscow.
I know.
He wasn't earning a big move to like Arsenal
it wasn't
or
PSG
you know
or
what I mean?
Senate
Like,
he moved to, like in terms of the rich European teams. It was just
you could argue that's a downgrade. I know maybe at the time when he moved, maybe Spartak Moscow were better than Celtic, right? But I mean, I know who I'd rather be at.
yeah,
100%. I know what club I would rather
he's
be
at
at.
Sunderland now. And that's the bottom line, right? Nick,
I'd probably stick him next to Alan Hutton. If I'm being honest, like maybe in front of you. I think I'd put him in front of Alan Hutton. But
yeah, what the fuck's up with my?
I mean, he could move up. I don't think he'll move down, but I mean, I guess he could move up depending on the rest of the tier list. So you know what? Let's go. Next up.
Next up, we have got James Tavernier, as the guy would pronounce him on FIFA. I mean, the stats alone, from a right back's perspective, I think he's got to be in quality. Where do you go with that?
Well, you seem to think Sinclair's stats were great, but he wasn't that good, and I actually feel the same about Tavernier. I think his stats are phenomenal, but I don't really see it in the player. Like I don't. I mean, he's one of Rangers' better players, but how many of the goals are penalties? Let's be real, fucking.
Well, let's just put things into
90%.
perspective, right? You look at the England team, right, and you see the likes of Eric Dyer getting called up, Kieran Trippier. Why can't this guy be called up?
He plays in Scotland.
And that's the bottom line, guys. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Put it this way: this guy getting injured, I think, seriously derailed the European journey this season.
Even though Nathan Patterson's supposed to
No,
be
I like Patterson, but I mean, Tavernier's Tavernier. A few key players, like Jack being it, and this guy. That's my opinion. But anyway, yes, we're talking about fucking James Tavernier.
So where's he going?
I'll put him behind Sinclair, right? I'll be fair. I've been critical of the guy in the past. I think defensively he has been very weak.
I think that's fair, yeah.
But this season, I think he's definitely improved that. Like, he definitely seems more of a winger than a right back, but because he plays for Rangers, it doesn't really matter because most of the time you're dominating. But he's improved massively, and if he can do it more consistently over the next couple of seasons, I mean, he could easily be top 3 in my opinion.
Fair enough. Up next we have, I believe that is Tom Rogic.
Yes, it's Tom Rogic. I think this guy's massively fucking overrated.
Yeah.
Scores the odd wonder goal, but he's done after about 55 minutes. Like
yeah, I mean, I'm happy to put him.
Like, you always see Brendan Rodgers, Leicester, linked with Tom Rogic. Why? I mean, I think Madison's overrated, but fuck, at least he can last 55 minutes.
Yeah, he's
Vic
better.
Fleur can last 60. What can this guy last? Hee-haw.
I'd put him behind Hutton probably, like, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. They always hype him up, but he's not even. I don't think he's old.
I'd probably put him in the worst for good bunch. I think he'll be in the bottom 6 by the time this list is over and done with. So,
I know. Yeah.
Up next, Nikita Jelafic.
1 season.
It's not 2.
2.
Maybe 1. You're the Rangers fan. You tell me.
I think it was 1.
Well, I thought it was 2. Like, but I mean,
2 or 1. He's brilliant.
Right. I've always liked Croatians, right, and I think the guy's a good player, but. I remember watching Ryan 118's list, and I thought he overrated this guy a hell of a lot. Like, I mean, I think Nikita Jelafic was a good player, but I don't think he was great. I mean, he went to Hull and he didn't really set the world alight.
Everton as well, he didn't exactly.
I mean, I guess Hull you could say are relegation fodder, but even when he went to Everton, I don't know, was he really?
Hull have had a lot of Scottish Premiership talent, like
they have, like, but I mean, I don't know, did he really do anything at Everton to suggest that he was? Right up there. Whereas, I mean, I genuinely do believe that Tavernier in his best year and Sinclair in his best year would have done a great job in the Premiership, but I just never really seen it for Jelafic. So I'd say he's good.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Bang right in the middle, guys.
Well, do you disagree? If you did, then let me know.
No, I agree. I definitely agree.
And plus the fact that he was spent so little at Rangers,
I think he's a good, like, he's not really like a prolific goal scorer, but he's not exactly special.
Yeah, he's like one of those weird fucking players. I mean, the guy's got good technique and that, but like
I think of a name off the top of my head. Like a set. He's not like a prolific goal scorer, but he's not exactly special. But he kind of he's there.
Yeah, I mean, good player, like, but nothing extraordinary about him. Nothing special about the guy.
Next up with Arda Boric.
I mean, good goalkeeper. I thought he was overrated, like, by some Celtic fans, but I mean, he's a solid goalkeeper. I'm surprised. Is he? Why? I don't know why he's on this and not Foster. Or would you say Boric is better than Foster? I mean,
I'd probably say this guy's.
Well, this guy,
spent
he
more
did
time.
he did make some crucial saves. Like, he had some big European nights as well. I mean, good player. I would probably put him. He actually spent a lot of time. I'd say I'd probably put him in the good category above Jelafic. He spent a hell of a lot more time than Jelafic.
And, like, he's been more or less good for his entire career. I mean, he's like 40, and I'm pretty sure he still plays.
Yeah, I think
He's playing for Bournemouth.
Yeah, and he came in. I remember he came in for Bournemouth a couple of years ago, and he fucking had a great game.
I feel like with Jelafic, like, he never exactly. Well, I know we're putting him in the same category. That's why I mentioned him.
When was the last time Jelafic was relevant?
Yeah, it kind of just seemed to. Like 2014's kind of like the last time.
Yeah,
I can't put a hang on it. Like, so yeah, I'll put him right in there.
I thought a couple more goalkeepers would have made this list, but
Aye,
Tammy Bell's not there for some reason.
FIFA 14 career mode legend. A few career mode legends on this list, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Speaking up next, this guy is not a legend. It is Scott McDonald. Right, you know what? He won Celtic a league title, and he also lost in a league title when he scored against them. On Helicopter Sunday.
Top three.
But, I mean, if we're going to be honest, this guy was never that great. I mean, he got, obviously, it's weird, he scored against Celtic with Motherwell, and then that earned him a move to Celtic. But then he ended up helping Celtic win the league by scoring for them, like the following season or the season after. But, I mean, I don't think this guy's Celtic quality. For me, he's straight and worse for a good bunch. I don't even need to debate it. Not a bad player, but, I mean, I can't think of anyone that would be making... I honestly cannot think for 1 second someone could be making their best Celtic 11 team out the past 15 years and they'd even consider putting this guy in it.
Seeing this, is
that right or wrong?
Seeing, I think
would you consider putting him in your best Celtic
no.
team? No,
like, see that club football game? I know this is before he joined them, like, but yeah, I mean, you have Larson, Sutton, and Hartson, and those three are way going to be above this guy.
Aye,
different
100%.
Fucking levels to this guy. Even like your likes of Gary Hooper.
I think from around 2007 until they got Dembele, I think Celtic went through a period where they never had a good striker, and that's what I think that always held them back in Old Firm games. Felt like Rangers had the better goal scorers, whereas Celtic didn't. I mean, Yen for Hesselink, Gary Hooper, who I think is on this list, never. I mean, he scored. Had a decent goal scoring record, but he wasn't a great player.
No.
You know, I mean, Celtic had Scott McDonald. He wasn't a great player, and I can't even think of anyone else that they had up front in that time period. So, you know, it's to me, yeah, he's worst of a good bunch.
Yeah, I'll put him both.
I'd probably even put him behind Roger.
Yeah, I think Roger's got a bit.
If I'm being honest,
right, next up.
I think Tom McDonald. I don't know yet, but I think Tom McDonald could be last at this 30.
That's just Scott McDonald.
What did I call him?
Tom.
Oh fuck, guy, Scott. Thinking that rapper.
We botch fucking names like.
Like up next, Ryan Kent. I mean,
I think this guy's like the opposite of Sinclair. I think he has quality, but his stats aren't the greatest. I'll be the first to admit that. There is games where he does go missing.
But I would personally, I think I would put him above I'd put him above Sinclair. I think by the time both of these guys' careers are done, I think Ryan Kent will be considered a lot better than Scott Sinclair. But at the moment, Scott Sinclair...
Ryan Kent is one of those... Seeing you watch the games, right, even in Europa League or whatever, defenders take like 5-10 yards back.
Yeah,
when this guy's on the ball.
A Celtic fan could like show you the stats, and it would make you look stupid for considering putting Ryan Kent above Sinclair. But I just think
stats aren't everything.
I think Ryan Kent's the better player.
Alan Shearer's got more goals than Henry, guys.
And like you said, I mean, Sinclair had one like great season at Celtic, then a decent season, and then that was kind of it. I think Ryan Kent could stay at Rangers. If he stays at Rangers for the next 5 seasons, I could see the next 5 seasons being great seasons for the guy. I don't see any sign of a drop off or anything like that. So I'd put him in top. I don't. Maybe it could be top 3, like, but I would rather wait till we get closer down the list, because I think there's only one guy in here that I would, or maybe 2 guys in here that I would say would go in the top 3.
Yep.
And I would definitely put in top 3, and I honestly don't know if.
Like, put it this way,
Kent's
you look at the
next
Rangers
guy
players
up,
that they've spent money on recently. This guy for 7, Hadji for 5, then you look at Celtic, Barkas 6.
Yeah.
2 million on Duffy.
Yeah, the transfers have been
shocking. But yeah, Ryan Kent top so far. Next up, we have got Moussa Dembele.
I'd put this guy top 3.
Yes,
I think this guy has quality. I mean,
you don't play for Lyon and Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
For no fucking reason.
And I know you can say he hasn't done much at Atletico Madrid, but I think he will be good for him. And I mean, the fact 2 seasons at Celtic, both seasons were really good seasons. The one of them was the season where they've done the Invincibles, and straight away he got snapped up. Do you know what I mean? That kind of tells me that the guy's a great player. No, he wasn't languishing in the Scottish Premiership for 4 or 5 seasons. It was like 2 seasons, and then he got his big money move. So I think Celtic could have got more for him as well. I think that's a sign of a good player. That Celtic came in straight away and got the guy. To me, some Celtic fans think that Edouard's better than Dembele. I think Dembele's 10 times, well, not 10 times, but I think he's a far superior player to, Edouard. Edouard's not bad, but I mean, to me, there's no comparison. I think
No.
Dembele's far better, and there's no doubt he's top 3 in my opinion. Maybe not top, but I think he's top 3. So,
You're damn
boom.
right. Next up, we've got Callum McGregor.
I think he's overrated. I think he's a good player on his day, but I think too many times
He's one of those
goes
guys
missing.
who can play in any positions, but never really actually that particularly great at any of them.
Yeah, has he ever had a great game for Scotland? I just don't really
No.
recall it. I'd put him in the good category. I'd probably put him.
I'd probably put him bottom. I don't see the fuss about him.
Well, if he's going bottom, not bottom tier, I'd definitely put him atop it.
I was going to say, yeah, well, aye.
Or do you disagree?
That's what I'm saying.
Right, okay.
So yeah, Callum McGregor, and his wee tag team partner coming up next, Scotty to Bruni.
I love Brown, right? But I mean, if we're rating him as a player,
He's fucking.
I think he's
shit.
worse of a good bunch. I mean,
Wait, Ramon might put him. in
no,
top
wait.
three, didn't he?
No, I changed my. I think he's better than Alan Hutton.
Wait, so Ramon might put him in the top 3.
Yeah, I think he's better than Alan Hutton. I do.
Like you can talk about how many trophies this guy won, but he captained them, right? I get that, right?
No, it's mad. A lot of Rangers players would probably have Ryan Hutton.
Alan Hutton above him.
No, a lot of Rangers fans probably have Alan Hutton top 3 here.
Well, I fucking wouldn't. I'm sorry, I don't.
I would put.
I'm not blind.
I would put Brown for now. I'd put him in the not bottom tier. Either in between. Was he better than McGeady? I don't know. I mean, come on.
Listen, he's a Poundland fucking Roy Keane.
Has anyone ever come in and tried to sign him? When you think about it,
No, he's just.
see, once he lost his pace, he wasn't that great. If we're being honest.
See, part feel like scoring up and getting stuck in. You take out his game, he's got nothing.
But there's definitely someone you'd want in the squad, and I can see why Aberdeen have signed him. Because he's a winner, and I think he'd be a good player to have in the squad. But if we're talking about
He's not good.
overall quality here, I don't think he's a great player at all. And yeah,
Let's be real. Like, I mean,
Was
he's
he
got
ever-
the ability of like a fucking El Nani.
he can't pass the ball.
Scotty L sideways.
Yeah, and it's normally it's sideways into Rose head. Has he ever been linked to a big money move? I mean, I can't, even in his glory years, was it ever, he's been linked to a Premiership club for 15 million? I never seen that. Never.
No.
And I think the last couple of seasons, he's only been getting it in the Celtic team because of his name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he wasn't called Scott Brown, I don't think he'd be anywhere near the first 11 for Celtic. The only reason I play him in the career mode is because he's Scott Brown. His stats aren't that great, so I'd say Scott Brown is going in the not bottom tier. I'd probably put him above Hutton because, longevity.
I'll put him above McGeady.
Right, okay. Don't want to do him dirty, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something off about McGeady. Don't know what it is. Right, next up though, we've got Odsonne Edouard.
well, the way I see it, if I was picking a Scotland team, I think I'd always put Cal McGregor in it ahead of Brown.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why he's going there. Right.
There's a lot of Celtic players picked first, aren't there?
Yep. Edouard up next. Probably, I'd put him at the bottom of quality for now, and maybe move him down. I mean, I do think he's a good player, but
Yeah, he's.
I think he might end up in good by the time this list's done. But for now, I'd probably put him in quality.
What are we going to work it? Well, who's
if he-
top of good and better than him and bottom of quality?
Aye, pretty much.
That kind of one.
Up next with Davy Weir.
FIFA 10 career mode legend.
I mean, solid defender, did alright for Scotland, but I mean, again, he was never great.
This is from 2007 onwards as well. You know?
Yeah, this guy
definitely
isn't.
towards the end of his career, which is going to probably impact a few people.
You know what I want to know?
What?
How come Virgil van Dijk's not on this?
I know Ramon Monette mentioned that in his vid. I don't know why he's not on this.
Right,
Because he only played one Old Firm derby. Well, fuck that.
maybe he did make the list then. To me, that's That's outrageous because Van Dijk would be in the top three, along with Dembele. The top three would be three Celtic players, in my opinion. Like if Van Dijk was on this list.
Aye, but right, let's be real though, right? I get that, but is Van Dijk? Did he really show the quality that he has now at Celtic? I know he scored the odd free kick, but did
he
he
did.
really?
You should not see a solo goal he scored against someone. I can't remember who it was. It's not Dundee
I think he
United.
does that for Liverpool. Fuck, maybe he was a better attacker for Celtic than he was a defender.
Yeah, but there's a reason why Southampton came in and bought the guy, and they should have paid
For
more,
peanuts.
but they didn't. I will.
Well, fucking, they paid the
hey,
same for Victor Wanyama.
Anyway, David Weir,
solid defender.
I'd put him in the bottom tier. Not bottom tier.
Yeah, kind of like a Scott Brown.
I'd say I'd put him ahead of Scott Brown because I think I'd say he's a better defender than Scott Brown as midfielder. But for me, I couldn't really justify putting him any higher than that.
So not above Cal Mack.
No, probably
Cal Mack Ferries.
Probably not. Like, am I being harsh?
I bet you some people want you battered for putting him above Scott Brown. But I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's like he's a better defender than Brown is a midfielder.
Who the fuck's that? Is that Ryan Christie? Hard to tell. It's terrible.
Tierney. Tierney.
Is it?
Yep.
Alright, okay. Have we already rated Christie or?
No, I don't think Christie's on this list.
Well, I mean, that's a bit.
I'll put it this way, if it is Christie, I'm rating it as fucking Tierney, because Christie's pish.
Is that Kieran Tierney? It's hard. Sorry, guys, it's hard to tell here. It looks a bit. I can't even see. Is it right? Okay. I mean, it's hard to tell though.
Right.
I mean,
well, I'm going to say top.
Right,
3.
top 3. I would if we're putting them, if we're basing it on like now, I would have him top. But if it's based on his time at Celtic, so I'd put
He's
him,
one of the best left backs in the world. Dembele and one of the best strikers.
Yeah, I
in the
would
world.
put him below Dembele. But I mean, two fucking quality players who I'd take Dembele for Arsenal, 100%. But take Dembele for Scotland if he wants to change his nationality. But
not enough years there.
But great player.
Next up though, with Mikel Lustig, a guy who
I don't rate him.
never rated. I mean, it's just a guy who played right back for Celtic during the fucking the 9 in a row.
Pretty much. I don't think this guy was ever great.
See, Ryan Momoney at the start of the season, not one Rangers player would get into the Celtic team, albeit yes, Lustig wasn't there, but he would have still said it if Lustig was there, you know? And Tav's fucking a million times better than this prick.
Yeah, I mean, I'd put Lustig with
I'd say,
worst for a good bunch.
yeah, I mean, at least Alan Hutton went for something. I don't know.
I'd probably put him behind Rogic.
Yeah, I think Rogic actually has a quality, but it's like, nah, he's fucking pish.
Alan McGregor. I think he's going top of quality for now.
Yeah.
Potentially top 3. I would have to put. It's hard. I mean, how can you judge a goalkeeper in a left winger? It is hard. But for me, some of the
Another
saves,
guy who went the whole.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's playing arguably the best football at 40. Mad.
And how long's he got left in
That's
the tank?
Slavia
Maybe another
Prague save. I
season.
mean, it didn't mean hee-haw, like, but I mean...
It was a shame, like, didn't it? I mean, it was... He may as well just let that go in, because it didn't do nothing. Well, I gave the coefficient a wee boost, like, but apart from that, it was... Yeah, I mean, I think McGregor, best goalkeeper on this list, well, there only has 2. Best goalkeeper Scotland's seen in I mean, how long? Let's be real. I think the guy could still, if he wanted to play for the international team, I think he'd get picked.
He wouldn't make half the mistakes Marshall. But yeah, he's fucking superior to Marshall. I'm not gonna lie. He is. He's on a different planet.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to put McGregor there. Shame that he left Rangers. Could you imagine a career would have had if he was?
I mean, Marshall's just gonna hang on to the fact that he got Scotland to the Euros.
Yeah,
which is a good thing to have. Like, I'll give him it, but. I mean, some of the goals he's been conceding, I mean, this isn't the Marshall tier list, but you get me. Right, next up, we've got Pedro Mendes.
No, we don't. It's Carlos Cuellar.
Okay, no, we don't then. So where's Pedro Mendes?
Right here.
Fuck me.
They don't even look the same. I mean, they're about 10 skin tones different. Although I remember I was playing the career mode and I was on the ball with Edouard and I called him McGregor. So, I mean...
The white guy.
Carlos Cuellar. Not at Rangers in a long time. I mean, partnered Davy Weir. I didn't think he was that great. If I'm being honest, like,
I'd say Davy Weir's better than him, so...
Yeah.
I'm looking at worst of a good bunch here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not... He's got that kind of name. Oh, he sounds like he could be a great player. Sounds like he came out the Barcelona Youth Academy. But
And they came out the fucking bargain basement.
in reality, I would probably put him. I'd put him behind Rogic. I think Rogic's a wee bit better than him.
Yeah, because I'm not going to explain about Rogic fucking any more times. Right, next up though, Kenny Miller. King Kenny.
Great goal scoring record.
Not quite as good as the next guy, but
He could have been wearing a Celtic shirt. You know what I mean? Well, actually, he couldn't have. He didn't play for Celtic. If this was like 20 years, he could have worn a Celtic shirt. But
yeah.
Or a Hib shirt, or any shirt he wants.
I mean, he literally plays for fucking
He
anyone.
wore other shirts, no shirt. Overall, though, I don't think the guy's a good player. If you take away his goal scoring record, I mean, although I guess goals, you've got to take the records into consideration. That's why Sinclair's so high. I would say he is. Is he a better player than Alan Hutton? Aidan McGeady?
It's fucking King Kenny. It's not quite King Kenny.
He's better than Brown, like he is. He's fucking better than Brown.
I'll put him bottom of good.
Right, bottom of good, aye, sure. He is better than Brown, he is.
Yeah. He is. He fucking is. Right, next up with a guy who's Kenny Miller, but with a lot more goals.
I never really rated this guy, but I think just due to the fact his goal scoring, I think he's got to go in quality.
Yep.
For now. I mean, he might go down to good. He probably will go down to good, but...
He's the top fucking... I mean, he's Alan... No, he's Alan Shearer 2.0 here.
Yeah, he's a Scottish... Even when he played for Kilmarnock, like, he was a top goal scorer, so, I mean, that's got to count for something. The guy's a goal scoring machine. So... I put him above Edward. Edward's went missing too much for my liking.
Right, next up, Giorgio Samaras. As I can... I read this one correctly.
Had moments of brilliance, but...
Right, I'm just going to hit the nail on the head here. This guy's best work is being a tag team partner with JB. That's the fucking truth.
I would put him probably not bottom tier. I'd say he's... Was he good? Maybe good? No, I'd probably stick him in good, but I'd put him in below Kenny Miller, King Kenny.
If it was for his charity work, he'd probably be in top 3, like, but... We don't do that around here, buddy. So in here? What'd you put him say?
I'd put him in good, behind King Kenny.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi.
You'd put him below Alan Hutton?
He's not a fuck, he's pish. Sam, I never got the obsession with the guy, like...
Well, let's compromise. I think he's behind King Kenny, you think he's behind Alan Hutton, so let's put him ahead of Scott Brown.
Scott fucking Brown. Right, anyway, right, this is Pedro Mendes. Fucking got it right this time.
Where's he going? Sometime today.
Well, I mean, we've said with Brown about him, Davy Weir being a better defender than Brown is a midfield. I think this guy's got a lot more to his game than Brown. Like,
I'd put him in good.
He's technically gifted. Brown just doesn't fucking. I'd say
I'd put him in between Boric and Yellowfitch.
Yeah.
Or maybe between Yellowfitch and Kenny Kemp Miller. I don't know. Either or. I'd say he's around that area. So, you know.
Right, next up, Nacho Novo.
I love Nacho Novo, great player. Got in a fight at the airport and all that stuff, but I mean, really, is he?
I think
he's not that, like that great.
When you end your career at Glentoran, guys, I'm not going to...
yeah, I mean, I think you'd be struggling to put this guy... let's be honest, I mean, as much as I've shouted on Hutton here, Nacho Novo never got a £9 million move to the Premier League. I'd say he's the worst of a good bunch. I'd put him above Scott McDonald.
And I'd say by the 2000s, I mean, the best years were behind him.
Yeah, I'd put him above Scott McDonald. Maybe that's the only
Scott McDonald
right at the bottom.
Right.
I don't think he can really.
Right. Next up, though, we have got James Forrest. I think overrated. Like, I really do. I don't think he has like the quality of like a Sinclair or Kent. He's kind of just like Lustig. He played right mid for Celtic when they won everything.
He still plays right mid for Celtic?
I don't, you know what I mean.
I'd say he's better than Lustig.
No, yes, he's better than Lustig. I'm not fucking denying it. I'd probably say he's in good somewhere. I don't think he's quality. I don't. It's like, what's he actually ever done for Scotland? Like, I mean, I don't.
I would probably have to say.
Name me one James Forrest moment.
Right, put him behind Kenny Miller. You've twisted my arm. Go for it. Right, speaking of overrated, I think this guy's the most overrated bastard ever. Now, I've had discussions in my work that, oh, this is the best midfielder Scotland's ever produced, best Rangers midfielders Rangers have ever had, 10 times better than John McGinn. I don't see it. Barry Ferguson, Mr. Sideways. He was Scott Brown, but with a bit of talent. That was it. I personally think that was it. I don't think Barry Ferguson's this great saviour that people's talking about.
Left Rangers came back. Pish. Did that.
What do you think of him? You're the Rangers man. I don't think he's.
No, well, yes, he's better. He's better than Brown, but like I said, I'd say, is he better than Callum McGregor? I probably put him bottom of good.
Right. Okay.
I agree. I think he is overrated.
You're not telling me Barry Ferguson quality wise is better than Pedro Mendes.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you're not. That's no danger. I mean, players like Mendes and Jelavic
Technically gifted.
Were gifted player by Ferguson. I mean, I don't know what they're watching. Like, I mean, a lot of the games, he would just get the ball and pass it sideways. I mean, that was fucking like a Scottish Shaka. I mean, it's.
It reminds me of like Ryan Jack.
Yeah, but I mean,
like Ryan Jack's good, but
he's a good squad player, but he's not a quality player. Like, I mean, he's someone you want.
He's a good runner.
Yeah, he's someone you want in there, like a team player, but he's not the guy that's going to, have these moments of brilliance.
Yep. So yeah, I'm putting behind James Forrest. Right, Nakamura, free kick taker Nakamura.
Well, let's be honest, like if Kenny Miller and that and David Weir and Barry Ferguson were these great quality players, would Scotland not have done something?
I know. You can argue that with a lot of the players on the list, but I get you. I know
Scott Brown in his prime. Should we not have got to a tournament? If these players are as great, or Chris Boyd, who barely got a game for Scotland. I mean, if these players are as great as they're supposed to, McGregor when he wasn't come on. I'm not buying it. I think there's a reason why we're getting to tournaments now and we're actually looking like we could win games now. I think it's because we've got a better crop of players now than we did.
Well, this is our golden generation.
10 years ago. Well, no, I think it is.
Anyway, let's talk about Japan's golden generation. Nakamura scored that great free kick final day against Kelly.
The guy was skillful, and free kicks, his free kicks was like giving the AI a free kick on PS. He'd bang it in from anywhere. Fuck me, 50 yards out, he'd no chance of saving it, but I think he is overrated by Celtic fans, to be honest. I don't think the guy is that good. I mean, he does have some amazing free kicks, like.
I know, but let's be real, like, there is players out there that hit great free kicks, but
yeah, to me, I don't know if I'd put him in quality. Like, I'd probably put him in.
Well, good. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you look at Tav, guy gets goals, assists, and his fucking free kicks are phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd probably put him in good. I don't think he was any better than that. If I'm being honest, I don't.
Like, a free kick specialist is great, but so where's he going in good?
I'd probably put him top of good, like. Or maybe below Boric, like one of the two.
Yeah, I'd put him above Boric. Right, next up with Gary Hooper.
I think he's one of a bad player that just played up front. I mean, decent goal scorer, but nothing great.
I'd say above Tom McDonald in that region.
He's definitely above Tom McDonald. He's probably above Nova. Yeah, he's above Nova.
You know what? He's fucking. He's going in here somewhere. You know what? What's he actually? You gotta look at half of these players. What have they actually done?
I would stick him second in the worst figure. I'd probably put him behind Brogic.
What did he do?
Scored goals.
What? No, but then he moved and he's fucking pish. He's played for like Sheffield Wednesday and
he played for Norwich. Play for Norwich.
Alright, we'll move him up if you want, right? Yeah, fucking big noncer.
Celtic loving person. Right, we're going to finish off the list with 3 Rangers players. I believe up next is Sasa Papic.
Big Papic. Another FIFA 10 career mode legend. Go check out that series.
But see, I think it would be unfair to say Lustig was just the guy that played right back, but then not say the same about him.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, I hear you. I mean, I know you can argue that about a lot of players, right? If they're not like top drawer, like quality and top 3 material.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's one place left in top 3, and Papic ain't going in it for me. So,
so let's not kill it.
I maybe put. Fuck, if I put him bottom of tier 7, that means that prick has to go. Higher. I'd put him bottom, not bottom tier. I'd probably put him in there. I mean, he's a better player than, yeah, I mean, he's better. And again, Brown's, all those titles, Brown one's got to count for something, hasn't it?
Put him below Brown then.
Aye.
Brown.
Wouldn't mind seeing a fight between Papic and Brown. I think it'd be alright. Right, speaking of overrated, this guy here. It seems to be a nice guy, does a lot of charity work and all that. Donates to foundations and all that stuff.
Like
but
we said with Giorgio Samaras, that doesn't really count here.
I don't see him being 10 times the player of like a Ryan Jack. I just don't see it. And Ryan Mominate had him in the top 3. I mean, to me, that's
I like
astonishing.
Davis, right? I think he is a good player. He is technically like gifted. He can pick out passes, but he can be very fucking sloppy at times as well, and he can get like dragged off. Like he is weak. You know, I don't know. I don't see.
You know what made see doing
top
this
thrower quality. I don't
see doing this tier list. You know what it's made me realise?
what.
See over the past 14 years, like see, but Rangers and Celtic haven't had that many great players.
I know.
They haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this. I mean, does Barisic not warrant a spot in this fucking? The guy starts for Croatia.
I mean, I would have had Barisic on this. I'm looking at it. Trying to think if players Celtic currently have.
I mean, fucking Hadji. I mean, is technically gifted. He's the son of Big Georgie.
Yeah, is Hadji maybe not worth a mention on this list? Should he not be there?
Sure, there's other people.
Fuck, I'd put Glenn Kamara above Barry Ferguson. Like, I would.
Like Saucy Glenn.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Kamara. Like, even, like, I think Rebo annoys me, but, like, him and they're both technically gifted. See, you compare those two to, like, Brown. You know, not. They're just fucking.
Day. I mean,
Like, there's a reason, like, Glenn Kamara came for the Arsenal Academy. He knows how to fucking pass a ball.
yeah.
Well, Brown came for the Ned Academy. So. But anyway, we're here to rank Stevie Davis. I think
Brown's like one of those boxers that has got like absolutely no technique or skill, but he can maybe deliver the knockout punch. You know, it's like I guess that's how I'd describe Brown. He's not a good player. Right, Stephen Davis, where's he going? I definitely not saying quality. Like, so if you want to stick him in good,
I think.
although I don't know if that means I would mean that.
I'd say
Nakamura needs to move up the quality, and I don't know.
yeah, I think just you see Nakamura's like free kicks. Yeah, I prefer Nakamura to Davis. Like, I think Davis is overrated. I haven't even said that. My fits.
I'd like to see a bunch of like Scottish football fans that don't support the old firm. If they had to put a team together and they were given the choice over Stephen Davis or Nakamura, both in their prime, I'd be surprised if anyone picked Stephen Davis.
Yep.
I mean, that's just how I feel. I mean, is he better than Scott Brown?
Well, he's way more. Yeah, he is technically way more gifted.
How much is he better? Would you put him ahead of Barry Ferguson?
Yeah, I put him. I don't know. It's a weird
Would you put him above Pedro Mendes?
No, I'd put him.
Beside Kenny Miller somewhere?
I'd put him above Yellowfish. Put him in there.
Right, okay.
Right, next up with Alfredo Morelos. I think this guy's just the all-rounder. But he only has one Old Firm goal, brother. Oh, brother, testify.
He's got a good goal scoring record against. I would have to say he's top 3. Like, I mean, it's close. I mean, I kind of want to put him in quality and move McGregor up the top 3 because McGregor's fucking phenomenal. But I just think Morelos' goal scoring last couple of seasons he's took it to a new level.
Forget about his fucking goal scoring.
European football, there's been times like where he's dragged Rangers single-handedly to wins, and in recent years, like last year, I think, this year and like the previous year, I think Ryan Kent's helped him out more.
Yes,
but I mean, there was times when Morelos was the only thing Rangers had.
Exactly,
and he was single-handedly winning them games. So I mean, I'd probably put Morelos in the top 3, but it's close between him and McGregor, in my opinion.
Morelos, Tierney, and Dembele are I think the only 3 guys who are going to go for big.
Yeah.
If Morelos, and same with Kent. I think Kent could go for big money as well, but in terms of everyone else, I mean, obviously there's people here.
Well, I think Morelos has been doing it a bit longer.
Yes.
And Dembele's just a different quality, I think. Not that Kent can't reach that, but I think Dembele's shown different qualities that I don't even think Morelos is showing. I mean, I think Dembele's
Yeah,
2
but
seasons
Dembele's got a whole skillful ability, when Morelos is just more of an all round. You know,
But that means we have to
like Morelos is like a. I mean, I'll say he's Bergkamp, but like Dembele's more of an Henri. He's more of a Bergkamp.
something like that. We have to review the good category then, because someone's going to have to move up into the quality. And have we got that the right way about?
So right, top 3 spot on then. Yes.
I've got no complaints.
Right, now we're in the quality. So someone has to move up for good.
Yep. Well, if it's in the right order, Nakamura moves up, but
Do you know how we're rating Scott Sinclair awfully high? Would you say the past 15 years he's the 6th best player? He's back at Preston. I mean,
alright, but would you say over the past, like, whatever years, Chris Boyd's 8th best player?
it was fucking goal scoring, man.
Yeah, but Scott Sinclair's goal scoring?
It was like 1 season or 2.
Yeah, alright. So you want to move Sinclair down?
I mean, I would much rather Nakamura on my team than Scott Sinclair.
But there's room for 2.
There is room for 2.
You take Nakamura over Scott Sinclair, eh?
Yes.
Well, I just move Nakamura up to the quality category, then that's us done.
Fair enough. I mean, I prefer Nakamura to Edward. That's it then.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's kind of fair. I mean,
Do you know what? I only clocked on about 30 seconds ago that the numbers were for how many were supposed to go on it.
really?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Hey guys, that's the list. I mean, obviously we don't completely agree with this. If we were doing it individually, then it would be a wee bit different. But I don't think I have any complaints about the top 3. I don't know about you, but that would be probably my top 3 anyway if I was doing it on my own. In that order.
Like, in my opinion, I think it just proves that, like, Rangers do have a better team at the minute. I mean, like, everyone who's there for Celtic at the top is not there.
Yeah.
Obviously, yes, if you're a Celtic fan, bang, bang, good night. You know, and they're going to be losing Edwards, who's top quality.
Yeah, so the highest guy on Celtic's list is going to be, what, James Forrest? Who sneaked into good?
That's not good for them, like.
It's not. It's not.
But that's good for the Rangers.
Massive rebuild needing at Celtic. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it. Until next time.
Is Ryan 118 that made this? Because look, follow Ryan Stevens or whatever.
There you go.
Anyway, though, that's ours, man. Till next time, leave your thoughts down below.